guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another first impressions on a foundation. Today's foundation that I'm going to be testing out is the super highly requested Marc Jacobs Remarcable foundation. I have very high hopes for this foundation. First of all, because it is extremely expensive. It is the most expensive foundation I've ever bought, but I'll get to that in a second. And also it has really great reviews. Like, it just honestly sounds like it's going to be an amazing product, so I'm really hoping I like this one. But anyways, if this is the first video of mine you are ever seeing, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sari. I do these foundation reviews pretty regularly, and I will have all of my past ones linked in the down bar if you want to see what other foundations I have reviewed. But basically, one of the main reasons I do these foundation reviews is because I want to help out people just like me who have acne or other skin conditions, because I know firsthand how hard it can be to find other videos or reviews. So even though it can be hard for me to come on camera and post these videos where I'm not wearing any makeup, I really love doing these videos. So if you enjoy or if you find this video helpful, be sure to subscribe and stick around for all of my future videos. But anyways, onto the foundation. The full name of this foundation is the Marc Jacobs Remarcable Full Cover Foundation Concentrate. Now, like I said, this is the most expensive foundation I have ever bought. For that reason, I used my $25 off VIB Rouge coupon to buy this so I could save a little bit of money. So the price is a huge $69 Canadian or $55 US. And you actually get less in this foundation than you do with most other standard foundations. This is only 22 ml or 0.75 fluid ounces, so you're getting significantly less for quite a bit more money. So that kind of sucks, and it is definitely something to keep in mind. But anyways, onto the packaging. So of course, since this is Marc Jacobs, it's a very high-end luxe bottle. You've got like the frosted glass, and then it has the little lid that pops off. And on the inside, there is a little wand similar to the Clinique foundation that I just did a couple weeks ago that has a little stainless steel kind of wand on here. Exact same thing with the Clinique foundation. I have very mixed feelings about the applicator for this because I feel like it's just not that hygienic in the long run. Now for shade range, there is 22 shades available for this foundation. I have the shade Ivory Light 10, which is the lightest, and it says it is for very fair skin with pink undertones. For the finish and coverage of this foundation, the coverage is supposed to be like crazy full coverage. Marc Jacobs actually describes it as beyond full coverage, so it's meant to be very just perfecting and very flawless, and it is also meant to have a soft matte finish. So now onto the claims. Once again, we have the big extremely lightweight claim. Once again, that's a really big thing for foundations that are coming out recently. Also says it is oil free, and it also claims 24-hour wear, which is insane. Needless to say, I have extremely high hopes for how this is going to hold up on my skin if it's making such a huge claim of 24-hour wear. It also says this foundation contains 2 times as much pigment as other leading full coverage foundations. So once again, says it's supposed to completely cover everything, and just lots of claims for being extremely full coverage, extremely concentrated pigmentation. So of course, naturally, I checked out the reviews for this foundation. The things that stood out to me were that people were saying that it's really hard to find your shade in this foundation because it is so concentrated for that pigment. It's going to be really obvious if it doesn't match because it's so full coverage. People also said a very little bit goes a really long way, and if you apply the kind of normal amount you would for another foundation, it's going to end up looking very cakey. Some people said it's not very good for dry skin. Other people said they have dry skin and they like it as long as they put like an oil on beforehand. And also a bunch of people said do not skip a primer with this foundation. It needs a primer underneath to get that wear time and to get the nice kind of like smooth, flawless finish. And so for the application, Marc Jacobs says you need to shake the foundation really well beforehand. I assume it probably separates since it has so much pigment in it. And they say basically you take the little like applicator and you do 3 to 4 dots only on your face. That's supposed to be enough to do your entire face. And they recommend using their Face 3 brush to blend it out, which is just like a really like dense foundation brush. So I'm going to use one of these Sigma Round Kabuki F82 brushes. I have already primed my face and kind of let that absorb. Today I just chose the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. So I'm going to clip my hair back and I will be back in a second to start the application. Alright, so I've already gone ahead and shaken the foundation. I'm just going to go ahead and do what they say and apply 3 to 4 drops. I'm just going to do like, you know, a dot on each area of my face. One thing I'm noticing from shaking it, the packaging is already getting a little bit messy, which is kind of annoying. I'm just gonna do, I guess I'm doing 5 because I didn't think about that. As I get it in my hair, that's nice. Okay, just try to ignore that, I'll deal with it later. So like I said, I'm taking the Sigma Round Kabuki F82 brush. This is just a really dense brush, and I'm just going to start buffing that in. Alright, so the shade is definitely way too light for me. It's a lot lighter than I was expecting. It looks insane right now, especially because my neck is more yellow than my face. It looks really, really weird, so I'm going to have to blend that down and just kind of correct it there, but I don't think that's super full coverage, honestly, from those 4 or 5 technically little dots. I hope I don't look as scary when I upload this footage as I do in the viewfinder, because it looks terrifying. It looks like I'm wearing like a white mask. But anyways, the foundation had kind of a thinner liquidy consistency, but it was a little bit harder to kind of blend out. Like, it seemed to dry really fast. Like, it's already very matte on my skin. So I think it's a foundation you have to work fairly quickly with. Yeah, didn't really give me full coverage though from that, so it's not living up to that claim for me. I'm going to have to go in with more and see how it builds. I literally look so terrifying. Oh my gosh. Why did I get this shade? It's so pink and so light. I look crazy. Hopefully it looks okay when I do the rest of my makeup, but this is like ridiculous. I can't believe I chose this shade. That's what happens when you're lazy and you don't swatch things, but yeah, so scary, especially with my like bright lips and then like the darker skin around my eyes. I just can't handle it. I'm going to add my concealer and stuff and like get the foundation off of my lips, and I'll be back in 2 seconds because I honestly can't take myself seriously right now. Alright, so hopefully that is a little bit less scary. I have a feeling that it's not though. But anyways, that is what this foundation is looking like. I have to say I was expecting a lot more coverage from all the claims they make and everything like that. I was expecting it to totally like completely cover everything, but you can still see like scarring and like my breakouts here and everything. It is also kind of settling into my pores just a little bit. It's not too bad, but there's a little bit of settling, and it is clinging to a kind of little dry patch that I have here on a breakout. So aside from the shade and those couple of things, it's looking pretty good. Like, it's definitely very matte. It is almost a little bit chalky. So I can see how people with dry skin wouldn't really be a huge fan of this foundation. I'm going to have to wear like a turtleneck or something today, or like a big scarf. But anyways, I'm going to zoom in quickly and do a close-up. Then I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup. It is currently 12:30, so that's where we're going to start the kind of testing time for this as we go throughout the day. Alright, so this is what it looks like with my makeup all completely done. What I used to set it was actually dim light from the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Trio, because this foundation needed some serious glow and some highlight just for me personally, because it was very matte. Then I used MAC Select Moisture Cover on my eye area, and then Maybelline Master Conceal to conceal any additional breakouts or anything like that. Just so you guys know what I'm working with today to keep my makeup in place. But I'm going to zoom in one last time so you can see what it's looking like close up. It's looking a lot better now that I finished off the rest of my makeup for sure. It is clinging to this one little patch of dryness here and dry skin around my lips. My lips are like disgusting today and crusty. Like, seriously, Western Canadian winter realness right now. And I made sure to moisturize really well beforehand. Like, I did my Clarins mask and everything, so my skin is well hydrated. So for dry skin, you may not like this. But let's go ahead and do the close-up, and then of course later on today I will be doing my check-ins as well. Alright, so super quick check-in because my battery's about to die. I like just missed out on filming this with natural light. The sun literally just set, so I'm really, really sorry. As of right now though, I'm really liking this foundation. Like, I feel like it looks better now that I've like had my makeup on for a little bit, and it's sitting nicely on my skin, I feel. It's almost 5 o'clock, and as of right now, this is a foundation that I could see myself reaching for if it stays looking like this, basically. Also earlier, I forgot to mention on the lightweight kind of claim, it does feel extremely lightweight on my skin. Definitely a lot better than the Clinique foundation that I most recently tested out. This one really doesn't feel like I have any makeup on, so that's really nice. Alright, so I'm sorry if my last check-in was really choppy and kind of awkward. My camera was dying and I was just about to leave, so I was just trying to do it really quickly. But this is my final check-in. It's currently 12:30, so I've had this foundation on for a full 12 hours. I am exhausted, if you can't tell. I'm so ready to go to bed. I don't usually stay up this late. This is what the foundation is looking like. It's It's a good foundation, but to be honest, I don't think it's anything special. Like, I don't think it's necessarily worth the $70 price tag, especially for the lesser amount of product that you get. Don't get me wrong, it's good. I think initially I was kind of disappointed with the level of coverage, but that was just because like Marc Jacobs kind of hypes it up so much with the description of it, saying it's like beyond full coverage and like 2 times as pigmented, that it makes it sound like crazy intense. But I mean, this is a good amount of coverage honestly for like a full coverage foundation, but I don't think it's really anything special. Once again, it does feel lightweight, like it really doesn't feel like I have makeup on my face. So if you want something that's going to give you a really good amount of coverage that you won't feel at all, you'd probably really like this. But in terms of wear, I think it's pretty average. Like, I'm still pretty oily in here and it is wearing off along my hairline and like on my chin. My boyfriend and I went to the movies earlier and it was a 3D movie, so I don't know if you can see this, but there's like a mark here from where the glasses were. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. I think it is a good foundation. I think it held up fairly well and it provided good coverage, but is it like anything really special? Not really. Honestly, I kind of get better coverage from my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in just like one quick layer, but that foundation is heavier and it doesn't hold up quite as well on me. But just saying, they really hyped it up for the coverage and I don't think it was quite where they said it was. Yeah, that is my first impressions for the Marc Jacobs Remarcable foundation. I will continue to use this, but it didn't wow me as much as I was hoping for, basically. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Of course, if you like these foundation reviews, don't forget to give this a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will talk to all of you in my next video. Bye guys.